What is going on, everybody? This is JMO back again. And what have the developers done? What have they done to my favorite assault rifle in World War II? They have gone and nerfed the Volkssturm, but they've nerfed the Volk. And what you are seeing here was my favorite setup prior to the nerf, which was grip, rapid fired, and extended mags. As far as my basic training, I go back and forth between ordnance and hunker. It just kind of depends on how the enemy is that I'm playing against, if they use a lot of grenades or not. But anyways, so why am I bringing an old video? Well, it's not really an old video. This is the very last gameplay that I had recorded using the Volk prior to the nerf, which this gameplay is not that old. It's actually only a few days old. So I wanted to bring this just to remember what the Volk used to be like prior to the nerf. Now, if you notice, I'm playing core kill confirm. So let me actually rephrase what I said as far as my favorite assault rifle. This is my favorite assault rifle in core. For hardcore, my favorite weapon or assault rifle is the STG-44. I just feel, at least for me, it feels like the STG-44 is just a little bit faster when it comes to the ADS, just by a little bit. And so because the range damage was the same on both of them, I just preferred the STG-44. But for core, yeah, this is my go-to assault rifle setup class that I showed you earlier. And so you'll see me using it and see how I do with it. And as you saw in the notes, they increased the recoil and reduced the damage range. And so since after the nerf, which was yesterday, I ended up playing 4 games with this weapon. 2 with my original setup, which once again was grip, rapid fired, and extended mags, which I forgot to mention. I love using the infantry division with this setup, and that's because I like the extra the extra mags. Not to mention you're able to strafe left and right a little bit faster while you're aiming. And so I played 2 games with my original setup, and then I made a slight change, which I will go over, that will pretty much ended up helping me kind of fix some of the issues that I had with this weapon after the nerf. And once again, I'll go over that in a minute. Now, the reason that I wanted to bring this gameplay also was because in this particular gameplay, I'll be able to show you a lot of matches or one-on-one gunfights that I ended up winning here that I find difficult winning them after the nerf. So the key attachment that I was using for this weapon that helped me win a lot of gunfights was rapid fired. Because of the recoil, how it was and how easy it was to control, a lot of my gunfights were pretty much mainly like at medium range, but it also used to help me win a lot of close engagement fights. But the key ones were like the medium range fights that I've noticed that I used to win a lot, and now after the nerf, I have a hard time winning. Like here, for example, you'll see in just a second. See, well, not this one, you saw me. I just wasn't expecting the second person though, but like, you know, like around that range, maybe just a little bit further up than what you just saw me lose that gunfight to. Those particular gunfights, most of the time I win those fights, but now it just kind of seems like I just have a hard time winning those fights. Like this one, for example, you saw how easily and how fast I was able to take him out. Now those kind of fights, it just kind of seems like either, now look at that, look at this, once again, you saw how when I shot them, my shots, you know, stayed right on point, but for some reason now it just kind of seems like the recoil goes a little bit out of place. I have a little bit hard time, you know, landing those shots. It's just like it just completely goes a little bit in a different way to where it's just a little bit more unpredictable, those medium range, you know, recoil fights. And so you know, once again, so I don't know if it's that or it's just the range, maybe that it's just giving me hit markers, and you know, I really can't explain exactly what it is. All I know is that the recoil does definitely feel a little you know, actually different around those medium range fights. And again, it's just those gunfights are a little bit harder to win. You know, they're not impossible, but it's just not as easy as it was. So after the nerf and after playing the first 2 games with my original setup, what I ended up doing is changing one thing. I took off rapid fire and put long barrel instead. You know, I figured it would do 2 things. By me taking out the rapid fire, it would help manage the recoil better, as well as to make up for the range that we ended up, losing because of the nerf. And, sure enough, I ended up doing really good on both my matches, different lobbies with different people. And, I just end up, finding a lot better success, doing so. And I have no idea how I lost this fight. It looks like he got shot by me and somebody else, and he was still able to take both our shots and survive somehow. So anyways, so going back to what I was just saying, so yeah, so I ended up taking off rapid fire and added long barrel, and once again I just found a lot more success, and I started doing really good. As a matter of fact, I have a game recorded where I ended up doing really good. If you guys want me to bring it to you guys, let me know and I'll go ahead and do so. Look at this. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now that right there, I think a lot has to do with the rapid fire and the recoil, but more so the rapid fire. And I think that was able to go ahead and allow me to win those gunfights right there. Whereas now, since I don't have the rapid fire, I'm still able to go ahead and get those kills just a little bit slower than what you just saw me. But once again, by taking off rapid fire, the recoil stays on point, and it's almost like it's non-existent. But once again, I have to give up rapid fire, which I absolutely love because of how fast, you saw that right there, how fast I'm able to kill people with that extra, rate of fire that it gives me. Now, once again, I have no idea how I lost a gunfight. And by the way, at that particular moment, that's when I noticed that at this moment, now it's only 4 of us versus 6 enemy players, and one of them is using requisitions and using paratroopers, carpet bombing, and the vulture and gunner. So I know a lot of people hate requisitions, and which me personally, I do as well. I don't really use it, but you can't really hate on it, you can't really complain about it. It's on the game for anybody to use, so you can't really make too much of a big deal out of it. If it's in the game, what can you say? Personally, I hate it. I won't use it though, but once again, I'm not going to complain if somebody else is using it. You see, somebody's using it right now. I'm trying to go get those tags though, but since it's still up there, that's why I'm forced to stay in here a little bit longer than I wanted to. And so now that it's done, you saw me get out the room and start moving along to try to get some more tags, because pretty much we're down. Well, at one point we were down by, I believe, 10 or more tags, and the game is getting close to an end. Now see this right here, this is what a good headset will do. I'm able to hear somebody running behind me, so I just waited. Here he is, pick up this tag, and I'm moving along. So that's what a nice headset will do for you. So anyways, let me know what you guys think of the nerf that they did on this assault rifle on the Volk. If it's a weapon that you guys used to use or use, still even after the nerf. So, I just like to get your opinion on what you think about it. Me personally, I wasn't really too happy to find out about the nerf. Now, the way you see me play right now, or how I'm doing with the with my setup right now, this was pretty much most of the time how I ended up, doing whenever I ran this particular setup. Even though I'm a camper, when I used to set up, it pretty much, it makes me want to run around and, try to go after those kills. And you saw me get the final kill cam right here towards the end. So anyways, as you saw, I went 26-7, 22 confirms, 2 denies. Made the game closer than it was. So anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed the gameplay, and I will catch you all later. If you enjoyed this video and would like to keep up with upcoming new content, make sure to hit the subscribe button. Thanks again for watching, and I will catch you all soon.